Kevin Moy, age 32, was married to his wife Eileen. The couple lived on Alexander Street in Dumbarton. The town of Dumbarton is located in West Dunbartonshire, Scotland in the United Kingdom. It's located about 30 minutes north of the Scottish city of Glasgow. It has a population of just under 20,000 people. In 1986, Kevin was diagnosed with myalgic encephalopathy, also known as chronic fatigue syndrome. The illness is a long-term debilitating medical condition. Those with the disease experience delayed worsening of the illness following physical or mental activity. This disease dramatically reduces one's ability to do everyday tasks that once were routine, severe fatigue that does not go away with rest, dizziness, nausea, memory loss, lack of concentration, pain, and trouble sleeping. It's been classified as a neurological disease by the World Health Organization. By September of 1994, the couple was expecting their first child, and excited. However, Kevin suffered from deep depression for the past 8 years due to his debilitating disease. In late September, Eileen gave birth to a baby boy they named Owen. He was born with a birthmark on his head, but completely healthy. At the time of baby Owen's birth, Kevin was staying with his parents to care for his depression. He did visit his wife in the hospital after their son was born. Kevin believed the birthmark meant that his son was Satan, and he the Antichrist. He believed that he and his son were the blame for the Gulf War. He also believed that they would destroy mankind with a virus. Kevin finally decided to return home. The couple decided to take their 2-week-old son on his first outing to Overtoun Bridge in Scotland. Scotland has beautiful forests, quaint castles, beautiful bridges, and has a romantic era surrounding it. Overtoun Bridge is a Category B listed structure over the Overtoun Burn on the approach road from west to Overtoun House, near Dumbarton in West Dunbartonshire, Scotland. The mansion sits on an estate in the hills overlooking the town. The bridge was completed in 1895 by the architect H. E. Milner for John White. The Overtoun House has a long history. It served as a maternity hospital, a recovery location for Allied soldiers during World War II, and a movie set. There's even an episode about the bridge on the Unexplained Files. The bridge is nearly 50 feet high, with large rocks below the bridge. As the couple walked across the bridge, Kevin was holding the baby. When Eileen turned around to look at the beautiful scenery, Kevin tossed the baby off the bridge, then attempted to jump. Eileen grabbed and held on to him, screaming. Other visitors at the bridge scrambled down the deep embankment where the baby lay. Baby Owen was rushed to the hospital. Kevin was taken to nearby Overtoun House, where he was able to grab a kitchen knife and tried to slit his own wrists. He was arrested shortly after for the attempted murder of his newborn son. Owen's injuries were too severe. He died in the hospital the next day. Overtoun Bridge has an eerie background. Since the early 1950s, many reports of dogs jumping from the bridge by either falling or just jumping. Some fell and survived but went right back up the bridge and jumped again, this time dying. Over 300 dogs have jumped off the bridge, and many died from the jump. Oddly, all the dogs jumped from the exact same spot on the bridge. The bridge has been nicknamed the Dog Suicide Bridge. Many have proposed the bridge has paranormal activity to cause so many dogs to jump to their deaths. In 2004, Kenneth Meikle and his family dog, a golden retriever, was walking with his family on the bridge when their dog suddenly jumped off the bridge. It miraculously survived but was traumatized. At least 5 more dogs jumped in 2005 in a 6-month span. In 2014, Alice Trevorrow was walking with her dog Cassie, a Springer Spaniel, when her dog was staring at something above the bridge which made her jump. Trevorrow stated that her dog was obedient and never needed a leash. She said this was very out of character for her dog. She said something sinister was going on. Cassie survived the fall but spent 6 days in the hospital due to her injuries. Many have studied the bridge and noticed some patterns. Most dogs jumped from the same side of the bridge, in good weather conditions, and often it was breeds with long snouts like German Shepherds or Scottish Terriers. Paul Owens authored a book titled, Baron of Rainbow Bridge, Overtoun's Death Leaping Dog Mystery Unraveled. In his book he gives a paranormal explanation. He states that the bridge is a hive of supernatural activity such as spirits, fairies, earth energies, and ghosts. He states that dogs are super sensitive to the supernatural. He says that the famous White Lady ghost stalks the bridge, and he believes she's the cause of the dogs leaping from the bridge. He said, after 11 years of research, I'm convinced it's a ghost that is behind all of this. Owens states while researching the book he was standing on the bridge and had an overwhelming feeling to jump. He said, I was standing there 2 years ago when I felt this firm, hard prod like a finger. Something or someone was trying to push me over the edge bridge too, just like the dogs. He's not alone in his belief. Local residents grew up hearing about the story of the White Lady of Overtoun. She was the grieving widow of John White. She lived in grief for more than 30 years after her husband died in 1908. One resident said, her ghost has been lurking around here ever since. She's been sighted in windows and walking around the grounds. Some offer a logical explanation for the deaths, stating that there's mink in the area, and the dogs are picking it up and unknowingly leaping off the bridge toward the scent. However, John Joyce, a local hunter in the area, disagrees with that theory. He has lived in the area for over 50 years and says there are no mink here. I can tell you that with absolute certainty. A sign is now posted with a warning of the dangers of the bridge. It reads, please keep your dogs on lead. Kevin Moy told police in an interview that he was the Antichrist and the birthmark on his son proved he was Satan. He told investigators that he had to save the world by killing his son and himself. Police discovered that he was obsessed with the number 6. In January of 1995, Kevin Moy stood trial for the murder of his infant son by a jury composed of 11 women and 4 men. The jury had to decide if Moy was insane at the time of the killing. The judge, Lord Mayfield, presided over the trial. Kevin Drummond QC defended Moy at the trial. He told the jury, the tragedy of what happened here is beyond all comprehension. He told the jury that Moy and his family were due sympathy. He said, nobody is in doubt that the accused is not a criminal, but a very seriously ill and sick young man. He continued saying, this case either represents evil of such depth that it is beyond comprehension, or alternatively it represents an illness which is also beyond the comprehension of ordinary human beings. He told the jury that Moy was an intelligent, decent man from a good family, and the horrible tragedy has immensely affected both sides of the family. Craig Scott was the prosecuting attorney. He told the jury that there was no dispute that Moy dropped his baby over the bridge. He told the jury they had to decide if they accepted the evidence from the testimony. 4 psychiatrists all agreed that Moy was insane at the time, and suffered from a form of acute alienation of reason, and had no difficulty in coming to the same conclusion. During the trial, Kevin Moy sat staring ahead with a nurse from the state hospital sitting beside him. The trial lasted 2 days. The jury unanimously decided that Kevin Moy was not guilty by reason of insanity, and was ordered to be detained at the state hospital at Carstairs. He will remain in the hospital until the time that doctors determine he's fit to leave. Kevin Moy suffered from a debilitating disease and depression. When his son was born, he felt that his birthmark meant that he was Satan. He ended up tossing his tiny baby off the Overtoun bridge, leading to his untimely death. Do you think he was insane, or was it some paranormal anomaly like the lady in white? May little Owen rest in peace. You deserved so much more than you were given. That concludes this episode. Keep your eye out for the next volume, coming soon. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.
Want to help support the channel you love, and get something in return? Simply purchase some Elizabeth's Chronicles merch. We have coffee mugs, t-shirts, sweatshirts, cozy blankets, beach towels, phone covers and more. Use the coupon code EC10OFF4U and get 10% off your order. The link to order is in the description area below this video. Thanks for helping Elizabeth's Chronicles continue to make the videos you love.